Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together as a community in Soulciete, committed to enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and we're committed to awakening 1 billion people globally. And how we're going to do that is by developing world-class spiritual leaders that embody the truth, that know universal law, that know how to reprogram the subconscious mind, and know how to do spiritual coaching. So the topic today is basically your purpose and calling. I think that one of the primary reasons why people come to do work with me, subconscious work, spiritual work, is they want to birth their purpose and calling. And it's one of the expertise, one of the most amazing gifts that have come out of this is the ability to help people in the birthing of their truth and of their purpose and calling. So today's title is The Call, Transforming Suffering to Victory. And that's where it all begins. The calling and your purpose and calling always begins with doing the inner healing and transforming your suffering to victory. And when you learn that victory, then in that victory, there is a purpose and calling. So Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. So there are moments when something happens in most everyone's life, something traumatic. Life alters, your entire perceptions transforms instantaneously. For me, that was 23 years ago when I was holding my stillborn son in my arms. I had just given birth to him. And I really realized in that moment that there was something really going on here, that I need to figure out what the hell I was doing in this life. And back in the day when you have a stillborn, they have you grieve your stillborn. I am sure they probably still do this. I don't know. But they had us bathe his body, take pictures with his body, and just grieve the whole process. And the next morning I woke up and I was, just kind of a little crazy cuckoo from the whole thing. And I was supposed to pick out an urn for him at the mortician's house. So I went down there thinking, well, I'll just get some more pictures. And I told the morticians, I'd like to get some pictures. And he said, I'm so sorry, sweetie, your baby has been in formaldehyde, but I will, get a room ready for you so you can do some grieving. So he said, give me a moment. And he went down and he got it all prepared. And he walked me down into this basement room. And it was literally a scene out of the movies. There was red drapes and it was dark. And here this hospital bed was in the middle of the room. Can't talk today. And his little body was on it. And he said, go ahead and take as much time as you want, the mortician said. So he closed the door behind me. And I kind of took a deep breath and I realized, okay, we're probably not going to be taking a lot of pictures. So I, set the bag of clothes that I'd brought to take pictures with down on the ground. And I walked over to the hospital bed and I looked down at his little body, which was, had been in formaldehyde for 24 hours and was kind of wilted, to say the least. And I just sat there with that lump in your throat, the weight on your shoulders, just crying and feeling so alone. I was alone in this dark room with my baby's body. And just thought, how could life be so cruel? If there's a God, how could he be so cruel? And I cried and I cried. And then I sat there and all of a sudden, in a moment, I looked at his body and I realized he's gone, his body's here. We're not these bodies. And I committed in that moment to figuring out what the hell we were doing here, how to heal my suffering. And I just committed. I committed to awakening, really. I didn't know it at that point in time that that's what the process was going to be. And I truly believe that, there's such blessings in these moments. That was one of the greatest blessings in my life because it gave me my awakening. I never in a million years thought I would become a doctor of divinity and teach spirituality. My only intention was to heal myself from suffering and to really discover my true essence. But what happens, as Joseph Campbell says, is the teacher, student becomes a teacher. So as I began to embody the work and really become obsessed with consciousness, become obsessed with awakening, become obsessed with reprogramming the subconscious mind and all the philosophies and all the revelations, it was clear. One day I woke up and I knew, oh, my purpose and calling has been with me the entire time. And I was crying, and I feel it right now. And I know that no matter where you are in your life right now, no matter how hard it is, trust me, it's already being birthed. It's already been birthed. You already know your purpose and calling at a core level. And that's the beauty of prayer. Prayer is already answered. Whatever you seek, whatever's lacking is already there in the universe. It's already the potential with even just the concept and the consciousness that even would consider something being of lack creates it instantaneously. I truly believe that the blessing of adversity resides in the transformation of suffering to victory. And this is a shift within consciousness to understand how life is always unfolding for you to awaken to your purpose and calling. So again, I know there's lots of people out there. There's people that come all the time, DM me and reach out, want to figure out their purpose and calling. And I truly believe that you can find it, that most people look out to the world. They look out thinking, well, maybe I'll model after this person, or maybe I should do what the other person. It's never done like that. Your purpose and calling is spoken from within. It's spoken from within. And I mean, does everybody have to go through a traumatic experience to birth their purpose and calling? Probably not. But I do believe that that's the most common way that I witness people birthing their purpose calling. And it's usually their triumphs plus their passions plus their skill set. That is the formula. Your triumphs plus your passions plus your skill set equals your purpose and calling. So, it's a big thing. Purpose and calling is a huge thing, especially in our culture where we've placed such significance on how much money you make, what do you do? It's a full-on identity. And I believe that there is a knowing of your purpose and calling that is beyond the walls of having to put it into an identity, in that it becomes a service. It becomes a dharma, and it does become your identity, but it comes from an authentic identity, not a limited identity, not trying to please the culture, not trying to be good enough, not trying to keep up with the Jones. That as we empty the consciousness of everything that the world's put us into, what our parents told us to do, what the school should told us to do, all that stuff, and we begin to live from a place of authenticity. We begin to give of service everywhere because we've been there, because we know what that suffering feels like. And what I know for sure is we can't keep anything in this universe unless we give it away. And this is the transformation spiritual gift of life. This is the paradox of life and suffering. In some strange, twisted way, it's working for you, for your evolution, for your growth at all points in time. And that's why we say it's all love. Inspirational people like Anne Frank, Joan of Arc, Terry Waite, Nelson Mandela are just a few who have endured the darkest of depths, the dark night of the soul. Suffering, yet carved a beauty in their wake, more powerful than their suppressors. And so I certainly know that darkness. I know that suffering. And so today, the law of the day is the law of Dharma. This is your Dharma. This law states that each person has a special gift, a unique purpose, and a message to bring to the world. You have a unique talent that no other individual in the world or universe has. And through the intention of working for the highest good and at a service, this law unlocks the divine within. The entire cosmos has aligned for you to take on physical form to fulfill this calling. There's a message and a gift within you that the world thirsts for. You are the only person in the entire universe with this divine purpose. Your divine purpose is your destiny. And so today's practice is to live with purpose. Remember the formula for birthing your purpose and calling. It is your triumphs plus your passions plus your skill set or talents, you could say, okay? So make a list of your skills, talents, and knowledge. Make a list of your passions and potential ways you could turn your passions into valuable services. Make a list of the hardest experience you've ever gone through and list the victories you've had over these challenges. And finally, make a list of how you feel you could help others who are going through similar situations. And so what I know for sure is that your purpose and calling is birthed through life, through this beautiful unfoldment of all the suffering, all those trials, knowing that that is what you're here to do, because that's what you chose to experience. And so on this divine day, knowing the truth, may you live your truth and live a life that you love. Thanks again for tuning in to Dr. Erin and Soulciete podcast. I'd like to invite you to write a review on iTunes. Also, I have a free gift for you, a money meditation and worksheet, which you can find at soulciete.com. That's www.soulciete.com. Or 30 guided meditations at drerin.tv. That's www.drerin.tv. We also hold monthly Soulciete events that are all about transformation and building extraordinary community. You can also watch me live daily on goodmorninglalaland.com or Instagram at drerin.tv. Grab your free manifestation masterclass with the purchase of my international best-selling book, Awakening, a 40-day guide to unleashing your spiritual powers, life purpose, and manifesting your dreams at erinfallhaskell.com/awakening book.